I'm going to be making a mock scrape right this tree right here. It's not ideal, but I'm going to do it anyway. The branch is decently low, but it's not too low. So I'm going to be using scrape fix. So chillax, you put chillax on the licking branch. All right, there we go. So you put that on there, and then you put scrape ignite from scrape fix in the actual scrape you make. I didn't bring gloves with me, so I'm going to be using this to kind of pick some moss and break it up, break the licking stick down a little bit so that it's more noticeable for the deer. It tends so it covers up your scent. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm also going to be using a stick and taking that with me to make the actual scrape itself. Okay, so first is the chillax. Alright, so there's the moss. Throwing that over there. Don't need that. Then I'm taking the chillax, putting it on the... Okay, so as you can see, I broke the stick a little bit, so it's hanging down now. I broke that so it's not straight down, so it's going to be hanging over the mock scrape that I'm putting right here. So I'm taking some of this chillax and putting that on the end here. So there's that. And if you want to do even more, which I think I will here, if you pick up some more moss, let's go over here, pick up this moss right here, pick up a good handful of moss so your hand's covered. And if you can actually twist it down a little bit, which actually I would like to cut that, because I want it to be more, well no, actually I'll keep it like that and have the leaves actually soak up more of the stuff. So I have the chillax here. I'm going to be putting that down the whole thing. Have it on there, and then where I broke it, I'm going to be putting it up there too. And then even on the on other limbs that are surrounding it, because they're not just going to hit this one limb right here. Now, on to the scraping branch. Gosh, couldn't think of it for the longest time. That licking branch right here, we put some chillax on that. Now we're going to be making the scrape below the branch right here. So what I do, I usually use my foot, to be honest with you, but now I'm going to be using a stick. So just want to kind of make that, you want to do in a V, what you want. You want it to be nice, because you got to figure a deer is not going to make a perfect circle, but they will make almost a perfect V, to be honest, until they start coming from different directions. So this deer here would be coming from this direction here, coming in. Now there's a trail right here, and it looks like all this food right here, they're just eating right around here. So that's why I want to put this here. So it doubles as, the bigger you make it, the better. So you want to make it look like a deer actually did this. Now I've had success using my foot, but the stick is just good, because then I take this out of the woods with me, or I take it however far I'm going to go. So you have the licking branch right there, and now you have the scrape right below it. So next, so I just threw it over there, but I'm taking that stick with me. Now you have the scrape ignite. Now you don't necessarily have to put this in right now. You can pee in it if you want to, but all you're going to do is just drip a little bit in there. Drip a little bit in. There you go. That's all you need. That's all you need to make a mock scrape and a licking branch. The licking branch, I think, is honestly the best part. That attracts deer the most, because communication, scrape in general is a communication hub. It's a Facebook hub for deer to communicate, to see what deers are still alive, and to see, you know, who's new in the area. So right there is a mock scrape. with a licking branch and a mock scrape below it. Now it's time to hang the trail camera. Now, this is the part where I always struggle with, and I still struggle with it. It's how far to place the camera away from the mock scrape that we just did. So I'm gonna walk it through with you here. So I don't really know where to put it at, but I'm gonna figure it out as I go. So there's this tree here, which if I'm standing at this tree and I'm looking at this scrape, this is what you see. Do we necessarily want it that close? Not really, because you're gonna miss a lot, because there's that food, like I showed you before. They're eating right here. So, but yeah, again, I don't run expensive cameras. So you gotta figure out how far away you wanna do it. So then you come back to another tree at an angle here to see what it would be like from this angle. So here's this tree here, looking at it right over here. So this actually is a much better view. You have the mock scrape right here, and you have where they were feeding at right over here. So this is pretty much what the camera would pick up right here. And if you have it this high, right up to here, you're gonna have good view. Now I can put it up higher, up here kinda, and have it angling down, which also would be good as well. So now we're gonna place the camera. Okay, so this is the camera I'm running, Wild Game Innovations. Bought it for like $39. I think it was my first camera I bought. It was $39 from Walmart. So this is the one that's gonna be hanging up in there. You open it up, everything's right there. Batteries are down here. SD card goes in right there. You turn it on, and it's gonna stay on photo mode as well. So we're gonna hang this up. So I've hung it up roughly about, I would say 6 feet off the ground. And then where this camera is going to be pointing at is actually what the camera is going to see. Now I know the big thing is to place it higher. You don't necessarily need to do that. If you're able to, go for it. If you have climbing sticks to be able to put them up higher, that's great. By all means, do that. You know, it does help out in certain situations, but if you place the camera in the right spot, deer are still going to see it, really, no matter what. At some point, they're going to see it up there. They're going to see the flash. There's different things you can do for the camera to hide it. But to me, I've always placed them about, honestly, chest level. It's always in line with a deer. Now, I made some mistakes with that because I placed them too low where I couldn't even see the deer. But we'll see what happens. I'll probably come back here maybe September to just check this camera, just to see what's in the area. Because I mean, if there's a big boy in the area, then I'm gonna be hunting here, that's for sure. But we'll put this one up, get it going, and then we're gonna head out and go back up to the old ATV trail, walk that out, and pretty much I'm done for the day because it's almost 10 o'clock. I've been in the woods for roughly 3 hours now, so I need a beer, and food.